Hello, we are team number 6, and throughout this presentation, we'll be talking about hormones in action. To begin with, I would like to mention the importance of hormones, because while many of us believe that they are only useful for reproduction, the truth is that they are not, since they play a very important role in all the systems of our body. Hormones are molecules produced by the endocrine system that send messages to various parts of the body. They control a number of functions including metabolism, reproduction, growth, mood, and sexual health. That is why they are so essential for the biological activities of our body. It is also important to know that there are different types of hormones. For example, growth hormone, thyroxine, progesterone, testosterone, insulin, among many others that we can find throughout this presentation. All bodies experience hormonal changes during the day, and by this we mean that, for example, when you eat some food, the pancreas produces the hormone insulin to help regulate blood sugar, which is why if we have too much of a hormone or not enough of it can cause us serious problems.
For this example, we decided to use the adrenaline production when riding a roller coaster, which is one of the most common cases and the most of us have experienced it. Adrenaline is a hormone secreted by the adrenal glands, especially in conditions of stress, increasing rates of blood circulation, breathing, and carbohydrate metabolism, and preparing muscles for exertion. When we ride a roller coaster, we experience a real pump of chemical reactions inside us. Adrenaline, also called the happiness hormone, starts to be produced in the neurological system as well as dopamine. These are generated due to a stress response in our body because we are usually afraid of speed, strength, and height, which causes our body to become alert and generate the aforementioned hormones. These hormones that are generated make us want to go back up on the game is over.
So after that introduction, we are going to see now some of the hormones in our daily life. So first one, we have the growth hormone. So it's produced by the pituitary gland, and it supports the growth in children and adolescents. It also helps regulate body composition, body fluids, muscle, and both growth, sugar and fat metabolism, and possibly heart function. So this type of hormone can help in different diseases like the Turner syndrome, the Parnes-Williams syndrome, the chronic kidney disease, HGH deficiency, and also in adults can help in short bowel syndrome, HGH deficiency due to rare pituitary tumors, and also muscle wasting disease associated with HIV or AIDS. So I find a fun fact about this type of hormone, that is that it reaches its peak in the puberty, and in mid-20s it starts to decrease, and in the 30s you don't have this hormone anymore. So that is because this hormone can help you grow during puberty and then it stops. So that's why you cannot grow more when you are older, like in 20 years old. So that's when you say, well, that's why people say that you stop growing at the age of 18. So now we are going to see the next hormone, which is thyroxine. Thyroxine is the main hormone secreted into the bloodstream by the thyroid gland. It plays a vital role in digestion, heart and muscle function, brain development, and maintenance of point. It is inactive from one of the form, and most of it is converted to an active form called tridothyroid by organs such as the liver and kidneys. Once in the bloodstream, thyroxine travels to the organs like the liver and kidneys, where it is converted into its active form of tridothyroid, and it affects almost all the body system, which means proper thyroxine levels are very important for your body. So next we're going to see the other hormones. So when you're in a stressful situation occurs and your heart begins to race, your hands begin to sweat, and you start looking for an escape, you experience a textbook case of fight or flight response. This response stems from the hormone adrenaline. So this is the hormone that we're going to see. It's also called epinephrine. This hormone is a crucial part of the body fight or flight response, but overexposure can be damaging to your health. Adrenaline triggers body fight or flight response. This reaction causes air passes to delay the provide the muscles with the oxygen they need to either fight danger or flee. So where is produced this hormone? Well, this is produced in the adrenal glands. It's also known as suprarenal glands. Are small triangular shaped glands located at the top of the kidneys. So now we're going to say some facts about the adrenaline. So this hormone can block the sensation of pain, and because it stops the brain from sending pain signals to help you handle the stress of an acute injury. When adrenaline is flowing, your mind even know you're injured. The pain sets in after the rush wears off. The adrenaline can make you more alert. Adrenaline helps you think and react quickly in a stressful situation. And it also can stop an allergic reactions. And because adrenaline is also known as epinephrine, that is an ingredient in EpiPens that stop deadly allergic reactions. And now the serotonin. Serotonin is a key hormone that establishes our mood, feelings of well-being, and happiness. This hormone impacts on your entire body, and it enables the brain cells and other nervous system cells to communicate with each other. So this type of hormone is created in the intestines and the brain. So it also presents in the blood cells and plays a role in the central nervous system. So the body can use the serotonin in different ways. One is your mood. Serotonin is in the brain. It is thought to request mood, happiness, and anxiety. It also can cause you bowel movement. Serotonin is found in your stomach and intestine, and it helps control our bowel movement and functions. It also causes nausea. Serotonin is produced when you become nauseated. Production of serotonin increases to help remove bad food or other substances from the body. It also helps you sleep. Serotonin is responsible for stimulating the parts of the brain that control sleep and waking. And also blood clotting. Serotonin is released to help heal wounds. Serotonin triggers tiny arteries narrow, which helps from blood clots. And finally, bone health. Having very high levels of serotonin in the bone can lead to osteoporosis, which make the bones weaker. So these are the 4 hormones that
Now let's talk about the glucagon, that it's another hormone. This hormone it's involved in controlling the blood sugar levels. Actually, a fun fact it's that it's very similar to the insulin that we will talk about, and it's produced by the alpha cells that are found in the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas. The glucagon's role in the body is to prevent the blood glucose levels dropping too low. And actually, in longer time, the glucagon is crucial to the body's response to the lack of food. So it's very important in all this process of the digestions and the food and the levels that are involved in the body. So it's very similar to the insulin, but the insulin is like it works in an inverse way. We will explain it in the next video. Now let's talk about the insulin, that it's very similar to the glucagon. It controls the glucose levels of the body, and it's found in the alpha cells in the cell of Langerhans in the pancreas. But the insulin is released from the pancreas into the bloodstream so it can search different parts of the body. And the insulin has many effects, but mainly it controls how the body uses the carbohydrates found in the certain types of food. It's very helpful to control all the bloodstream, and actually Something interesting is that the people that has diabetes cannot produce insulin. It's something that they cannot produce, and they need the insulin too much. So the insulin is this one, and it relates to the pancreas with all the downstream, and the main function is to control how the carbohydrates are distributed for all the body. Now let's talk about the estrogen, that it's one of the two main sex hormones that women have. It's very important. Men also have estrogen, but in two smaller amounts. It's more important in the women. The women have the estrogen in the ovaries. Here is when it's produced and help bring about the physical changes that turned a girl into a woman in the puberty that we already know. Also, estrogen helps to control the menstrual cycle, and not only that, it's very important in the daily life for a person that is a mother. It's something interesting that it's not only used in the puberty, also it's used in the childbearing. When a mom has a baby or something like that, well, it's also very important, the estrogen. Not only in the puberty, it's also in the childbearing. So this is the hormone.
Okay, the progesterone is a steroid hormone released by the corpus luteum that stimulates the uterus to prepare for pregnancy. Its function is to prepare the endometrium for the potential of pregnancy after ovulation. It triggers the lining to take it to accept a fertilized egg. Also prohibits the muscular contractions in the uterus that could cause the body to reject an egg. And it helps to ease anxiety, promotes memory, prevents some cancers in the uterus, increase ability to handle stress, and regulate menstrual cycles. Is the primary sex hormone and anabolic steroid in males. Its function stimulates the development of male secondary sexual characteristics produced mainly in the testicles. It helps to healthy heart, to be less fat and more muscle, stronger bones, improved mood, and better libido. What is the melatonin? It's the hormone made by the pineal gland. Its function regulates heart rate controls as it causes drowsiness and helps to fall asleep. And it helps to improve sleep, health, sexual depression, treat stomach ulcers, and hair problem.
To conclude properly with this topic, we first need to define what's the overall objective of the hormone production. This objective in general is to maintain the homeostasis. Hormones, they are a somewhat ambiguous topic that not all of us take in account when defining the concept of health. But throughout this very small investigation, we were even able to recognize transmitter functions like control of blood glycogen, mood, female reproductive functions, and the metabolism, and also the male reproductive system with the testosterone production, allowing us to see how hormonal production can affect all systems and needs a proper balance so that together with other factors, hormones can help to achieve a correct state of homeostasis. Now, to close up, translating this into a more colloquial language, we can simply include this factor within which the importance of maintaining a healthy weight, stress level, a diet, and a psychological and emotional state, something very real. Everything we do in our lives daily will have an hormonal effect. It could be right now or in a long time, and for that very reason it's pretty important to always look for stability in all of our areas, because a good and continuous state will always be better from our body than one with very high peaks of low or high stress or a poor diet or activity. So we always need to establish a good and stable state of being in every area, in the diet, in the stress, in the mood. We need to be more healthy in every aspect, so the hormone production can be better, and in general we're gonna improve our homeostasis and have a better state of health.